Instruction/Anne, a piece by Charlie Sambrook. When entering the room, you're invited to take part in the piece Instructions by Charlie, which involves walking up to the area she's placed, which is a small table and a laptop. She sits you down and walks you through, says, if you wouldn't mind putting on the blindfold, please raise your hand if anything's uncomfortable, and you begin what I believe to be a audio experience. Headphones plugged in, which are attached to Charlie so she can control the environment you're in. The idea of controlling the environment you're in is such a prevalent motif throughout Charlie's work in this. It gives simultaneously the occupier of the space both the freedom to visualize themselves outside the room and create masses of visual stimulation without leaving the room, letting your imagination take over, create the set design, create where you are, and rather than be watching a piece, you really live it. But equally, with that freedom, being able to take that completely away and play with your comfort levels to the point where you do want to leave and you do feel uncomfortable, which is really thrilling for an audience member. The scene that brings up the most for me was my favourite part, but equally the most visceral part of her piece is The Camera Loves You, a scene where you are put in the place, or Anne is the place of this porn star, and it's a commentary on the porn industry, telling the juxtaposition. Martin Crimp tells the juxtaposition between appreciating this person as a deity and respecting how beautiful they are, but equally putting them on the back foot, and it's a kind of mockery of the situation they're in, as they are not in control of their own life. They're not in control of what they have to be. They have to be sexy and have to be whatever the people are telling them, the company or the man or the whatever it is. But in this, you're placed into the part of Anne. In doing this, Charlie takes your hands and rubs lotion all over them and makes you play with a cold bag of water. This is such an uncomfortable feeling. The idea that both these are far too much for you. There's so much lotion on your hands, the water's too cold, this bag's massive and it's horrible, to the point where, as an audience member, I put the bag down, had to leave it, to which she picks up and puts it in your hands again. This level of being so uncomfortable is so strongly done, and I struggle to find a way that could have been done more effectively. It's such a wonderful piece, and you are so stuck in that piece, especially combined with the audio input of the dialogue, of that repeating, especially with the extra editing in post, so the audio is so jarring. It's such an experience. And then playing into the comfort level of not only that, but giving you something comfortable afterwards, cleaning you up afterwards, giving you something, which is a pile of rocks, to be attached to and then take away again, and you really get into your most vulnerable state of, I'm blinded, I don't know where I am, there's so many stimuli, it's so overpowering, it just makes the piece so effective. It's wonderful to be involved in. The dialogue between Charlie and Martin Crimp is so apparently informed and educated. The complete understanding of what, to a loose sense, as Martin Crimp's work is so up for debate, up to opinion, the idea that she understands her way of portraying this storyline is so clear. Because you wouldn't... The definite putting you in the world is so focused that the 25-minute mark, this 25-minute long piece, feels like nothing, just because you're so absorbed in this world, because you are completely taken away from your regular sensory environment and placed into this utterly new one. It really decides that this world of Anne is not based in our reality. It's taken into this new sense of abstract and how many different lives one person can have, which is so entertaining and so gripping that it keeps you hooked for a long time. The motifs throughout of one, balancing your comfort level, and two, the element of voice as it becomes a question of not only whose voice, who's talking to you, but what is the voice going to do. The edits in audio and the music behind the accompaniment you have is so much of a world builder and so much of a con in itself. The fact that it will let you lead you on to believe one thing is something and then collapse your expectations into something else, which gives this piece a real sense of urgency, a real sense of otherworldliness, while simultaneously absorbing you completely into the world that she has created. Those motifs play all the way through. The idea of the voices changing pitch shifts, and especially the antiphones at the start, that the dialogue and the voices can change at any point, leaving you in that level of uncomfort. It brings up lots and lots of very hot issues at the moment. Very daunting task to take something which is so brutalist that there is so many things that are very, very real in a massively over-exaggerated way that Martin Group does, that we don't experience but also can relate to, and then putting the audience in that position is so well portrayed. Overall, this piece simultaneously achieves a sense of great loneliness while being a shared experience with its curator. The fact that so much thought has gone into every step of the process that is this piece, the fact that Charlie has looked into people are going to see this piece, so every prop is both visually stimulating as well as massively touch sensitive, because people will walk past, because people will know. A key example of this is the bag of water is used both as this and as blood. As the audio transpires, it says about your Anne's, as you're put into the position of Anne, dead child, and knows that I saw the red bag before, so as I was holding it, I knew what that was, and I knew what colour it was, so my imagination had no escape, had no out, it had been decided for me, which was so thrilling to be confined to what the creator of this piece wanted the story to be. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Would see again.